Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to discuss why it is so important to learn how to shoot with both hands. Primary, secondary, right, left, or primary, secondary, left, right. It does not matter. And what would you do if one of these options was taken away from you? Would you give up? How do you train for it? What options do you have? My name's Jimmy. I'm with Rhino Tactical, and you're going to learn something today. The reason people need and should learn how to shoot both hands is because when you're using your firearms in police, private sector, military, whatever it is you're doing, home protection inside and out, you need to be able to utilize all your options. And half of your body is not all of your options. So if in case of a gunfight or something happens where you are going to be shooting right-handed and it gets taken out, now I have another option to shoot left-handed, at least get myself out of the situation, get myself to cover or protect myself. If I do not train right-handed and left-handed, I leave myself no option. So what you want to do is you want to become ergonomic on both hands, being able to be ambidextrous with both hands. So the number one reason why you would want to learn to shoot with both hands is safety. Whenever you carry one of these for a living or carry one of these for home defense, or whenever you are out and you need one of these for home defense or for defense of any type, you need to learn to shoot both hands. Reason being, more options, better ways out. Okay, now that we've discussed the safety aspect of it, let's get into the quick principles of it. Grip is the first principle. First thing is, see that beaver tail? You're going to take the web of your hand, you're going to put it all the way up into the beaver tail. Your fingers are going to wrap around and the finger is going to go along the frame. Same thing goes left hand. You want to take it all the way up into the beaver tail with the web of the hand. Fingers are going to curdle the grip, finger along the frame, going to move forward. Feet are going to be slightly shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, leaning forward. Right hand is going to go over the heart as your meat shield and you're going to extend forward. Again, keeping both eyes open, trying to utilize whichever eye you would like to utilize. The next thing we want to talk about is basic body ergonomics. Ergonomics basically is how your body positions itself in a given environment. In this case, gun and hand ergonomics. So what we want to do is make sure that you're completely efficient while you're handling right or left hand. And instead of being straight up and down, I canted a little bit, about a 5 to 7 degree angle. That's going to be a little more ergonomically friendly for me to counter recoil. Same thing goes with the left hand. It's not straight plumb. It's over about a 5 to 7 degree angle. Now, there are ways that I've shown you in other videos that you can shoot in any direction. You can shoot gangbanger style. You can even shoot upside down. But obviously for this intents and purposes, because we're shooting right and left-handed singly, you want to just use your body ergonomics as best you know how, which is kind of like instead of straight up and down, cant the gun a little bit. Counter recoil that way, cant the gun a little bit, and counter recoil this way. Remember, your left hand is always going to be on your meat shield. Right hand's always going to be on your meat shield. So learn to use body ergonomics so that your body functions efficiently while shooting. So your stance should be basically the same as if you were shooting two-handed. The feet should be shoulder width apart, your knees slightly bent, weight on the balls of your feet, and you should be leaning forward just a bit. That is basically the stance that you want to do whenever you're shooting right or left-handed. And reason being is, especially for police officers, this is a bulletproof vest. Look, the whole surface is exposed. I am not maximizing the threat area here on the sides. If I turn sideways and I shoot this way, what's going to happen is, look, they could sneak a double long shot in. So number one, you can utilize your vest correctly. Number two, it's a fighting stance. Number three is I have 180 degree vision all the way around. And number four, great movement in this stance here. The next thing we want to discuss is how am I going to reload if I have my secondary hand extended and I run out of ammo? Very, very simple. You're in the shooter stance or you're huddled in, middle finger will depress the magazine comes out, gun goes back in the holster, left hand reaches over to retrieve a magazine, pop it back in, take the gun out, and then turn and you're back on target. Now, obviously, if you have some use of your right hand, but your fingers are blown off, you may be able to do it this way too. Again, middle finger depresses the mag, gun goes back in the holster, right hand reaches over with 2 digits that you have, meat shield comes back, you are going to put the gun magazine back in the grip, going to reach down, and then you're going to re-extend again. The right hand comes back to the meat shield heart. Okay, that is basically the 2 ways to reload totally right-handed and totally left-handed. Say I'm on target with my left hand, and I need to reload. I can dump the mag again with my middle finger, place the gun backwards into my knees, locking it there, then pull a mag out, push it in, and then I could come back on target just like that. Remember, the right hand always goes back to the meat shield, or the left hand goes back to the meat shield position. The other way is simply to lock the gun into your leg like this. So it's basically going to be like this in between here and here. Locks it in. Then you're going to just, once that's locked in there, I'm just going to go like this to show you guys. Goes like this. Just reach over, grab a magazine, put it in the gun, and then step out of it. Once you are kneeling down, step out of it, bringing the gun back around on target just like that. The last thing I want to talk about is, what do I do if I shoot my gun until slide lock? In other words, all the ammo is expended and my gun is in slide lock like this. Very, very simple. If you are right-handed or left-handed, you only need one hand to do this. Go ahead, release the magazine, put it back into your holster like this, coming back in. Take the mag out from your mag holder, put it in like that. I'm going to take the gun out of the holster, and then I'm just going to rack the slide utilizing the rear sight as a notch, and I'm back in action. Same thing could happen with my left hand. I could take the gun, put it back in there once I've dropped the mag, and then I've reinserted a mag. Now I could take it, catching the notch of the rear sight along the belt, rack it, and I'm ready for action. So that is how you would reload if you go into slide lock and expend all your rounds. So those are just the basic principles of how to shoot right or left-handed, and if you're wounded in the situation, how to shoot right or left-handed. Now let's take those principles outside and see if we can get on target and shoot some left-handed and right-handed on steel. Okay, folks, so the course of fire is going to go like this. I'm going to shoot 10 right. I'm going to put it back. I'm going to reload. I'm going to shoot another 10 to the right. Then I'm going to put it back. Then I'm going to reload my left hand. I'm going to shoot 10 with my left hand, put it back, reload, 10 with my left hand again. Pay attention to my stance and pay attention to everything I'm doing as far as right-handed, left-handed, and where my off hands are. So here we go. So first, right-handed. I'm even going to reload the same way. Make sure there's one in there. Yes, here we go. Right-handed. Dump the mag, put the gun back. Magazine goes back in and chambers around. Let's try it again. Dump the mag, gun goes back in backwards. Left hand goes in, comes back out, and chamber around. Here we go. Dump the mag, gun goes back in, another mag comes in, chamber, and back up. So there we go. Dump the mag, gun goes back in. That's pretty much how you shoot right-handed and left-handed with the mag dump, with the mag reload, both right-handed and left-handed. Remember, folks, it's all about stance. It's all about where you put the offhand, secondary hand. Stay tight, keep your stance, and hope that helps you guys. And we'll see you on the next video.